know. This topic is a little bit tricky because they play a mind game on us. They definitely play a mind game on us, and they definitely, with that mind game, can force us to go back on what our true belief system is. And I'm going to explain what I mean, okay? When you get into an altercation with a narcissist, we, the victim, can certainly lose our cool. I did, big time. Absolutely, I did. And the behavior can be insane. You don't recognize yourself. You're so out of sorts. You're yelling, you're screaming, you're okay. My narcissist isn't the only one that does this, I know. So, he used my crazy abusive back to him behavior. Sure, my mouth got ugly, absolutely. So he uses my crazy abusive back to him behavior to make me feel guilty and like he was the victim. And he was so concerned, which in turn makes me feel horrible as a human, and like I'm lucky to have him because no one else would take this that I'm dishing out. And then, okay, I'll stay. Wow. Talk about turnabout. And I would get so involved in him being concerned for because that's how he would sell it. He's so concerned right now about our relationship. Look at the state that you're in. Look at the state that you're in. How could you do this to me, Renee? How could you act like that? Look at yourself. You're crazy. Get a hold of yourself. Like he's concerned all of a sudden. Forgetting about why I'm insane. Conversation never went back to why I'm acting crazy. That topic is no longer even on the table. The topic now was, he's so concerned about how crazy I'm acting. He would point it out. He would say it. He would comment on it. We would stay on that topic, which would make me nuttier and crazier because we're not getting back to the topic at hand, which I'm trying to discuss. And before you know it, they have you thinking, well, nobody else would accept this behavior from me. I guess I'll stay with him. He's already seen this ugly side of me, and he's telling me he loves me anyway. He's already seen this insane side of how I'm behaving, and he accepts me anyway and is saying, just calm down, Renee. We can work this out. There's nothing we can't work out. And then you find yourself apologizing to them about being nuts and saying this, because it gets ugly. When you get in that state, my mouth, I'll get ugly. I'll give it right back. I'm not proud. It's not something I like to say, like, I'm a good fighter. And no, I don't ever want to get to that point, ever. Ever. It's an ugly, ugly, ugly place. But many of us have it and can go there when provoked. So then you forget about what provoked you. You forget about the situation that made you insane because now you feel so bad that you're mistreating them because now all of a sudden they look concerned and they look sad and they're trying to reach out to you and now they're trying to be real and express love to you and express to you that they love you. It doesn't matter what you do. Of course they're going to say that. They just messed up. You could behave any way you want right now. They're not going to kick you out or say shame. They're going to say, whoa, calm down. Let's be together, blah, blah, blah. And they're also going to fight and scream and yell and holler. But when you get to that absolute crazy place, that's when I would notice my narcissist suddenly would turn and he's trying to calm me down. Which made me feel badly because now they're going to express, how could you do this to us? I just love you. So I made a mistake. So what? It really does. It does a number on you. It really does a number on you. He made me feel guilty for being so upset. He tried to make me feel guilty about the thought of me leaving. How could you leave us? I love you so much. You'll never find anyone. So we made a mistake. We're not infallible. We'll fix it. I made an error. I won't do it again. So where's all the love you had for me? It's gone. So all the love you said you had, Renee, it's gone. So everything you ever said you didn't mean. So then you don't really love me. So everything that you showed me, that's not true. So you're abandoning me too. You're just like everybody else. You're abandoning me too. That's one that they use to get you to feel guilty to stay. Because now I'm out to prove, no, I'm not like everybody else. I told you I loved you. I meant it. I'm going to stay. It is a mind game no matter what stage you are in. Even when you're at the point of insanity, it feels very much like the end for you. You're so mad. You found out yet another thing. You were right about yet another thing. And now you can't even handle this information. You're going berserk. Now they're going to turn it around and be the big strong man who's going to calm you down and tell you they love you anyway, even though you're acting like an insane person. And they convince you. Who could love you even if you're acting like... Guess what? The next person won't even make me get to that insane place. How about that? How about I don't want to get to this place and find out who can deal with me at this ugly place? No, I'd like to find someone who doesn't even get me to the brink of that ugly place. And of course, then the question comes in, of course, I've said it many times, we are definitely only responsible and always responsible for our response. So maybe, you shouldn't get like that, and I hope I never do in the future, but I didn't know anything about this. I'm in the thick of it. I got berserk. And they will use that to make you think who else would love you like I do. In the face of you being berserk, I still love you, Renee. We're meant to be together. Because they're not ready to let you go yet. Because you might say, well, why would they even fight to keep you because they've set something up already. They might not be in the mood. It takes a lot of energy and effort for them to go out and find new supply and culture a new being and woo them and court them and spend money and whatever it takes to pursue a new person. Maybe they don't feel like it. Maybe they're happy and settled with you right now at the moment. Maybe they're living in your house. Maybe you provided them a safe haven for a little while they figure out the rest of their life. Whatever the reason, if they're not ready to let you go, they're going to absolutely lay it on thick when you get like that. And that's to make you feel guilty to not leave them. And that, go ahead, leave. Everybody else does. Well, that's going to affect someone like me, right? I'm an empath. And I'm codependent. Both dysfunctions that I've been working on for years. I've been working on both for years. Doesn't mean somebody can't still play on that. So whether or not he knows that I'm like that, when he would say, oh, sure, just go ahead and leave. Everybody else does. I knew I couldn't count on you. I don't like to think of myself that way. I like to think of myself as someone that people can count on. That's loyal, that loves, that fights for what I want. Right? So they're going to use that and make you feel guilty. Don't let that happen to you. If you are in a state of being berserk, then obviously something brought you there. Keep your eye on what brought you there, not what they're saying now while you're going berserk. You got there for a reason, to that state. You got into that state for a reason. And let alone, oh, sure, you're going to leave too. No, you know what? Everyone leaves you because you keep misbehaving. It doesn't say anything negative about me that I, too, am leaving you. It doesn't say anything disloyal about me. It doesn't mean I'm going back on my word. It doesn't mean that I lied and said I loved you when I didn't. No, what it means is that I figured out that who you said you were, you are not. What I figured out was this, and this was a lie. It just came to fruition. Now I'm acting berserk because you promised me that that wouldn't happen anymore, or that that was never going to happen, or that that wasn't even going to be in our lives. Now it did. Now you're going to try to make me think I need to stay with you because I'm acting so berserk nobody would want me? I've been brought less to that place than I have more to that place. I'm not going to meet another narcissist and let them get me to that place. As I sit here and say that to you. None of us knows what's going to happen in the future. But Lord, I'm telling you right now, I hope that I have the wherewithal to say, do an about face and just walk out the door. I don't want to waste words, actions, exasperation, breathlessness, fighting, yelling, screaming, hollering. Why? They weren't worth it. Nothing was going to come of any of that. Nothing was going to come from any of the behavior that I exhibited trying to fight for us, fight with him, fight for my own position in the relationship. You shouldn't have to fight that hard. And do not let them make you feel guilty about you're finally over it and going to walk out the door. Frig them. No way. You're not going back on anything you promised. You were sold something that was not real. And you're realizing it. Do not let them make you feel like, oh yeah, because that, I'm telling you, I can remember it to this day. He said it many times. Sure, go ahead. You're just like everybody else. Just abandon me. Go ahead. That's all it took. And I'd be like, well, no, I'm not going to abandon you. And then you go through it all over again. I wish I had the wherewithal to say, well, I'm not abandoning you. I'm abandoning this false situation. You're not who you sold me to be. You're not who you said you were. But instead of just saying, oh my God, this guy is just not, you know what I mean? Like, be on the phone with your girlfriends, like, oh, this guy's not who I thought. I gotta get out of here. I gotta exit this. It doesn't have to be dramatic. You can just break up with them. They don't even deserve a reason. Now that you know the truth about them, they don't even deserve a reason. Don't get yourself berserk. And if you do not let them make you feel bad about it. That now you're going to stay because no one would accept you like this. Look how crazy you are. Well, hopefully nobody's going to make you get that crazy. And hopefully you won't make yourself get that crazy in the future and you'll rein it in and you'll have more control over it. I'm hoping that I will have more self-control. Then yell, scream, and holler. If somebody is getting you that angry, that is something that you need to look at. And how they handle it when you are angry, if they're trying to point out to you that things to make you stay, to make you feel like you're so dysfunctional, look at you. Look at you, Renee. Look at what a crazy person you are. And they'll lay it on thick. The love bombing will come in the middle of the fight. Oh, I love you so much. Look how crazy you are. You must love me so much to get that mad. That's what he would say. And I would allow him to tell me that, and I would internalize that. I must love him so much I'm getting this mad. No, I was that mad because I didn't like being duped by someone that wasn't who they thought they were, or who I thought they were, who they said they were. Make the distinction and know that, and stand your ground. And don't allow them to use the way that you're behaving to punctuate that you're some kind of crackpot who goes off the handle unnecessarily and nobody's ever going to love you for it. You had every reason in the world to go berserk. I'm positive I don't even have to see. I don't have to see into your life or your home to know. And they know it too. It's not indicative of how you behave on earth, in life, in a regular situation. Nothing about the narcissist situation is regular. That is not how life is supposed to work. So if you've gotten berserk and you've gotten insane and you acted off that, forgive yourself if it's something, if you did things that were so crazy that you don't even want to talk about it and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. So, okay, so forgive yourself. Love and then twisted love, it's very powerful. It's very powerful. And they bring us to the brink. And again, yes, we are all responsible for how we react. That's the only thing we have control over, is how we respond. I failed. I responded crazy a lot. I had no self-control over my responses. But I will going forward. And I did for a little bit let him make me feel guilty, and then I stayed a little bit because he would make me feel bad about it. That's all I'm saying. Don't let that happen. Check yourself.